In fact, this might be the best thing for us this week. Nobody's going to give us a chance. Go on to Buffalo and Sunday Night Football. A chance to get exposed. Shoot. Might be the best thing for us.
Yeah, it could be. You never know. You never know. Super Bowl champion Greg Jennings joins us. Greg, I've got two questions for you. First, could you react to that? Maybe it's the best thing for us. And also, is it time to write off the Packers?
Well, maybe this is the best thing for us. You say things like that when you just don't have any more answers.
There it is.
You say things like that when you don't have any more answers. But I will say this. Let me side with Aaron in this moment.
Okay.
It could be the best thing for them because they don't have anything to lose. No one is expecting them to win this game. No one is even expecting them to perform well. With them being, I'm not a betting guy, but
double-digit underdog.
Double-digit underdog.
First time in Rodgers' career.
First time in his career. Maybe he just lets it all go. Maybe he just lets it all out there and trusts his guys and they actually perform. I don't know if that happens, but if it does happen, we're changing our tune when we talk about the Green Bay Packers.
What do you mean by that, letting it all go? Just throwing it?
Just throw it down the field. Get some completions. Their average per play is like 5.3 yards per play, like for the season. It's terrible. Like they look completely different than what we saw when they had this guy that wore this number 17. Named Devontae Adams. It was a safety valve, and maybe he covered up a lot that we didn't see last year coming. But for me, Aaron Rodgers looks very different. And it's not just the guys around him. Mm-hmm. He is included in these guys and how they're performing. I like what he said because maybe, just maybe, he might have a different approach and his flame might be a little lit.
All right, first of all, I'm doing this segment under protest. I just want America to know. I want Greg right here. I want Greg. I'm just letting you know.
I'm not on Jimmy G's side.
Yeah, you never were, though. You didn't abandon him. There's a difference between never being there and abandoning him. But speaking of abandoning, you guys know I've been the most critical of Aaron Rodgers on this show, mainly for what he's done in NFC title games or hasn't done. This is the 1 year I decided, you know what? I'm going with Aaron Rodgers to get to the Super Bowl because the NFC was so weak, I thought. But I am off of that. Oh, they're done. Now they could still make the playoffs because the NFC is so bad. They're very much alive right now, right? Record-wise, mathematically. But as far as having a chance to not only win the Super Bowl, they obviously not doing that. They don't have a chance to get there. I'm saying they're done. We've talked about, go get OBJ. OBJ is not enough.
And he don't want to go. Why would he go to
Well, now, right. Yeah. Especially now, you're right. But whoever, there's nothing they can do. And Greg, I think you were right in the first place. You kind of tried to clean it up with the Aaron Rodgers. You say that when you don't have anything else to say. I think you're right there. There's no way I think he believes that they're going to do anything in Buffalo other than get bludgeoned. Now he's talented. I'm sure individually he thinks he can play well, but he knows as a team, I think they're in deep trouble.
So that's the one part I disagree with you on. I actually think he probably thinks deep down, we can go there and win.
You think so?
I think he believes that. The problem is he's dead wrong. The Bruce saying the Packers, they're dead as championship contenders.
Yes.
I no longer believe they make the postseason. Now, Greg, I give you credit for picking the Vikings to win that division before the year. I didn't have the foresight for that. And I'm not the only one who thinks they're not going to make the playoffs. I checked this morning, our friends at Fox Bet. They have the updated playoff odds for every team. The Packers right now are plus money. They're plus 150 to make the postseason, meaning Vegas thinks they are underdogs to make the postseason. Wow. So why is that the case? Well, let's look at their last 3 games. Mm-hmm. You lose to the Giants by blowing a 14-point lead. Then the Jets with Zach Wilson, who, God love him, maybe he'll be good one day, but has not been good up to this point in his career. Right. And Taylor Heineke, your 2 quarterbacks. Those 2 guys beat you. Why do they beat you? Because in those 2 football games, the Green Bay Packers, with Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback, was 5 for 27 on 3rd and 4th down. Yesterday, 0 for on 3rd and 4th down, and against the Jets, 5 for 20.
Do you question LaFleur's decision to keep passing it on those short, like give it to Aaron, pass it, give it to Aaron, pass it?
I question everything about the team right now.
Okay.
Right now, the defense is proven to be overrated. Going into the year, like top 5 defense? No. Very, very happy if they finish the year in the top 12 or 15. The running game is fine, but not it's like, oh my God, thunder and lightning, Dillon and Jones. It's fine. And Rodgers has not been good.
No.
There's dinking and dunking and, oh, I'm still not throwing picks. Who gives a damn? And there's no explosive plays. There's nothing deep down the field. In the previous segment, Wilds, I made a big deal. Mahomes 3-0 this year when down 10. Rodgers 2-2 this year when up 10. That ain't great. They're 3-4 in 2 of those losses. They had double-digit leads and blew them. Yes, they're up 14-3 against a backup quarterback who threw a pick 6. That is a time when even average teams, like, okay, step on this team's throat and they're going to go home. That's not what happened. So I think they're a sub-500 team for a reason that misses the postseason.
So, Greg, let me read you a quick stat and you get your reaction. Aaron Rodgers completing 23% of his deep balls. And if you say he just wants to air it out or like let loose, should he just throw more of them, or they're just not connecting, so why should I keep throwing them?
It's not even about throw more of them. It's about give these guys an opportunity to make those plays. So when everybody sees deep ball as 30, 40 yards down the field.
Yeah, it's officially 20 plus.
Exactly. But they're not even throwing those.
Right.
Like, they're not going for those. They're not even going for the intermediate guys. When's the last time we saw a back shoulder? That's a trust thing. You throw those when you trust your guys. He does not trust these guys to make those plays. They're not making the plays even when he does throw it. For me, you talk about their inability to score. Like, the second half of games, they're averaging 6 points in the second half. And you want to talk about teams coming back from behind? It's because they don't put up any points in the second half.
How much of not throwing down the field is him not wanting to throw interceptions? Remember, people used to talk about him throwing it out of bounds because he doesn't want an interception. You think some of that is involved?
I think he just simply doesn't believe in the guys around him. Well, look, they're 10th in the league in drops. They had 4 drops yesterday, and everybody's talked about their drops. They're only 10th in the league. I mean, Miami's got more drops. Tampa Bay's got more drops. So I think, like you said earlier, this isn't just the receivers. Yeah, they're not good. He doesn't trust them. But this is on him, too. It is.
He doesn't look the same.
Let me finish answering your question. I think he doesn't believe in the guys around him. And so even with not believing in the guys around him, now you couple that with you taking chances and they turn into interceptions, and he's already been playing bad. You think we're on him now?
Right.
If he adds interceptions to that category, it's like Aaron's done. That's what we're going to all be saying.
And so, and I think I don't think he's done, but I think he is closer to done than league MVP. I do think that.
Absolutely.
I think that. I understand he won the last 2 of them, but it can go fast. It can with quarterbacks.
No
it can
way.
Go fast.
It went fast with Peyton Manning.
Went super fast with Peyton Manning. No, he would. No, I mean, but the
same age. He was the same age as
exactly
Rodgers.
Right. And it went. By the way, it went fast with Big Ben. He then just stayed long, but he got bad. One season to the next, and then was bad for 3 years because he wouldn't retire. You mentioned back shoulders, and this is where I won't let Rodgers off the hook. You know what? There was a beautiful back shoulder yesterday against tight coverage where you just trusted the guy. Sorry to bring him up again. Mahomes too, MVS. Who was on the Packers last year. They decided to let walk. And it can't be like, oh, they've worked. It's not Mahomes to Kelsey. It's not even Mahomes to Hardman. He has the same amount of time with him as Rodgers could have had with any of these guys.
Good point.
And so, it's not like MVS is an all-pro player.
Right.
And so, a lot of this, the highest paid players in the league need to perform. And when they don't, whether it's Rodgers or Russ or Brady or whomever, the team struggles.
Okay. 2 segments, 2 Mahomes mentions. We're going to
go 7 for 7. We're going 7 for 7.
I'll give you the 7 for 7 after that.
Appreciate it.